Hello and welcome here to the fantastic Media Welfare Stadium with me, your commentator Adam Allcroft, for this pre-season friendly between Stocksbridge Park Steels and AFC Emley. We are sponsored by Jason Rawson Carpet Fitters, and we look forward to the third match in 5 games for the Seals in this usual, what is now becoming traditional pre-season friendly between the Steels and the Pewits. Emley are coming off a fantastic season here. So Stocksbridge here. Emley are coming off a fantastic season. Last year, very, very close yesterday. Their first season back in the Northern Counties Premier League Division, getting promoted, just a couple of points off that second place spot. That would have given them a chance to face the Step 4 side to get promoted. Unfortunately, missed out after losing to Hallam at one of their games in hand. But they did get a trophy to come on with. They went to Doncaster Rovers ground, Nico Power Stadium. They beat Maltby Main 2-0 and claimed the Sheffield Senior Cup. Well, Seals obviously had their own successes last year, their own success in the Cup, so they didn't get to the final of the Senior Cup like Emley did. And the team, though, as we are about a minute or two away from kickoff, is as follows. So the team is Henry Hamshaw, our new signee in goal. Then it's Jordan Lemon, Jack Tinker, Mitch Langton, Charlie Oglesby, Curtis Turner, Luke Hogg, Ross Goodwin, Thomas Poole, Lewis McCaskill, and Ifya Faber. There will be quite a few changes at half time. We are going to see some more players do 60 minutes or some do the full 90 today as we get these players more and more ready for that opening game against Stockton Town on the 12th of August. We're just going to see the team swapping halves, which we've seen a few times in pre-season already. Emley will now be attacking the end, which has the Emley Moor transmitter over to that side, while so to take the end, which has, well, not a transmitter. And now it's Thomas Poole standing over the ball, ready to get this game underway. So, it's Thomas Poole ready to kick us off for another pre-season friendly. The 35 games. There might be a few tired legs out there as Stocksbridge try to get ready for this new season. Referee just making his final few checks before we get going here. One final check with the goalkeepers and check on the clock. And here we go. So Stocksbridge Park Steels kickers off here today in the yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks, kicking from right to left. While Emley in the claret and blue shirts, white shorts and claret socks. McCaskill puts the ball into the centre, but claimed by the Emley goalkeeper pretty quickly there. Stocksbridge there, one pass, unlocking the Emley defence for a second, but McCaskill ball in the middle, couldn't find anyone. The goalkeeper's able to claim that. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper, going to the left-hand side here, and it's just about kept in by the Emley. As I say that, the ref just got out a bit, and will be a throw into Stocksbridge on that right-hand side. Big long throw, tries to launch an attack here. Emley defender gets his first foot onto it, gets the second header away as well, but it goes back to a Faber who tries to control it. It goes back to Goodwin who heads it forward, but that will be lost there to the left back of Emley who clears it upfield. Emley haven't provided any team sheets for this game today, most likely for the reason Maltby gave and the reason why we didn't get one from Answorth. Teams don't like revealing how many trialists they might have at this stage, though Emley are just a week away from their opening fixture against Scarforth. So you'd imagine the team is pretty much settled by now, but teams don't like to reveal it too much in pre-season. We try to be a bit more open, but it's Emley on the attack here now. Yeah, you get it to the left-hand side here. He's just going to be facing up. Goodwin tries to get the tackle. Goodwin misses the tackle. Takes up on Lemon. It's a great one. It's good in there, actually, and it's the play drive for a corner. I identified Clipper because I heard the shout of Ira here beforehand, and it's Emley with the first corner of the game 2 minutes into this one. And it's a good chance for Emley to get a shot on goal from this corner kick. Quite a few players from their defence coming forward. That only 3 players left outside the box here, and the corner taker ball going in, and it's flicked through. It's gone to the middle. Shot goes just wide from Emley. He stopped to call out by a corner, not really that conventional corner. That went very low, skimmed the ground, and number 8 there peeled off and should have done better with his shot. Really, he could only steer it wide. Back to Hamshaw for the goal kick. who we'll be keeping more of an eye on now after he's signed for the club yesterday. No, was it today? It's today, actually. These days are blurring all into one at the moment with how many friendlies have been. Emley just big power player goes over into the quick field. Emley typically at this stadium do have a fence over in that opposite end, but we're still being summer with the cricket season still going on at the moment. And obviously the cricket being what everyone's talking about thanks to an incredible Ashes series so far. You can see it's pretty clear over there now. John Lemon throws it to Faye, who takes the touch back to Lemon. Lemon's going to send it long, trying to switch it over to Jack Tinker. It's a good looking ball. If Tinker can hold it down, he tries to get the first touch cross in, but he sliced it and he's put it into someone's back garden there. So I trust that the Emley committee have the details of all their neighbours to go fetch the ball back. It reminds you a bit like Marine, where they actually have the numbers all attached to the side of the ground for where the ball goes into the garden, so they know whose door to knock on to get it back. Yeah, back with the Emley goalkeeper now for this goal kick. Sending it long here, looking for Gooden, and he is able to head it on. But can it be kept in? It can't be, and Steels will get that one back from the throw-in. Back with Lemon now, who will throw this one downfield and being headed right back there and back into midfield for being not back long again. And it's McCaskill trying to get on the end of it. It's causing a problem to the Emley defender who has got onto it. He's been forced back into his own corner flag before clearing away, and it's collected in midfield by an Emley man. They tried to switch plays, cut out by Poole, could be an attack here. Gets it through to McCaskill, control, great tackle by the right back of Emley. That stops McCaskill from being going one-on-one. Emley now looking to break. On to Gooden on the left wing. Looks finds the overlap, continuing down the left wing, and they try to slip through the striker, but the pass is behind the attacker, and now Jack Tinker will collect it and take it forward here. Tinker looks to send it long, looks for McCaskill, but overhit from Tinker, and it's going to be a throw in there. For 5 minutes into this game, it's 0-0 here between Emley and Stocksbridge Park Seals. Back to the Emley goalkeeper now in their central defence. Happy to pass it back. Emley, when I watched them at the Sheffield Senior Cup, they played really good football at times. They definitely deserve that trophy win because they were the better side by far. They did not even look like losing once in that game. They rarely looked troubled by Maltby, and were deserved winners of the Sheffield Senior Cup. And they'll hope to use that confidence, use that momentum, and try and take that to this season where they'll want to get promoted and join Stocksbridge in the Northern Premier League. Hogg just got a good tackle there, gets through a couple of tackles, and he's going to carry on Moran down the left wing, and then the foul goes in from the Emley number 8. Good footwork from Luke Hogg, more what we'll see from him going into next season. Signed from just down the road here at Ossett United, Hogg. And was their player of the season for the 21-22, and he's definitely one that they'll look to do here. Ball goes in, Goodwin tries to head it on, goes into the box, but going to be cleared by Emley here on their left-hand side. Fabu, I think, committed a foul. He has committed a foul. And it's going to be a free kick here. Back here now for Emley's goalkeeper. Declan Lampton, the keeper.
Oh, said you were doing that. I can't. That's just
just being advised that the goalkeeper is Declan Lampton. So we know 2 players now from the Emley team. We know Gooden and we know Lampton. We are now better than what we had at Answorth on Wednesday night, where we knew 1 player, and that was just because he was a performance. Goodwin just miscontrolled that, but Langton's covered. He's going to clear upfield. McCaskill will look to get the header on. He does get the header on, and Lampton's going to come out and boot that one away, and then it's just going to go back to Hampshire. So a bit like keeper wars there for a second. And you may have seen him go a bit viral from the MLS and their pro skills days that they're having, a unique American thing. Oglesby is going to carry that one forward, takes a touch, tries to get forward. The side tackle goes in, and that is intercepted, though. Tinker's rescued it well. He, off the back of his foot, gets it to Poole, and Poole gets through another tackle, lays it through to a Fabu. Fabu on the left-hand side, but there's a good tackle in from the Emley 6, and it's going to go out for a throw-in near the corner flag now. Steels have looked quite good in attack so far. in this game. Tinker will have the throw in here, throws it into Curtis Turner, but he touches poor and it's cleared away. Goes to number 9 and flicks onto Gooden, who a good first touch, tries to get it back, but well cut out by Oglesby, who gets to Goodwin. One touch pass to Hogg. Hogg gonna just carry it forward, looking to pass through, gets through to Turner, who tries to get through, gets tripped on the way, but the referee not deeming that a foul, and Emley are able to clear. But well in from Jordan Lemon, and then gets it to Goodwin. Now to a Faber on the right wing. Things opening up for the Steels. A Faber puts the ball in. Hull was there, but well cleared by Emley. And then Lemon's going to take a long range shot. It's not awful. It does get it on target, but Lambton, the save is pretty simple in the end. Jordan Lemon there, who scored the most goals he's ever scored for Stocksbridge last season. That was 2. Scored them both in the month of August. Not a man who regularly gets on the score sheet, to say the least, but got 2 in the opening things. Both last-minute equalisers against Brighouse and then Sheffield FC. I think he's targeting at least 3 this year. More likely to get a yellow card and assist than a goal, I think, to be fair to him. But has helped him this season as Emley just win out a bit of an awkward bouncing ball back in central defence as it goes back to Lambton now in the Emley goal. 9 minutes gone in this game so far. It is 0-0 at the moment. Oh, my granddad's listening. Thank you very much. Hopefully you won't want to turn your hearing aid off at this. As Emley gets it through to the number 7, then back to Emley. Looking for the overlap here, but Oglesby's going to cover and big boot away. Pool's going to challenge for it, but they charge into the back, and I think the number 5 there got his foot stuck into the face of Thomas Poole there. Not but maliciously at all, but definitely accidental. And now it's a breakthrough from the Emley striker who earns a trip from Oglesby, and it's going to be a free kick from about 20 yards out for the home side. It's a great opportunity for the Pewits. See who's going to be taking this one for home side. We are trying to keep an eye on like Emley's Twitter to see if we can identify more players for you from the home team. And it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be right-footed shot from the man here. Here comes a shot, and it's decently over and clips the top of the stand before rolling out into the car park. I'm surprised. Heath. I believe that's Tom. That's Thomas Heath being told by one of the fans who's hit a free kick that's somehow found some room in this now full car park. Being told like quite a few of our fans that they've had to park down the road in the village. So I can say the village has been taken over by football fans today. It's a very small village here in West Yorkshire, Emley. Ball going along to McCaskill, who takes a touch. He's trying to get it back here. McCaskill forced backwards before being intercepted. Now, and Emley immediately trying to get the attack going down the right side, passes it long, though it's going to be out for a throw in here then. Down. So it's a throwing down for Tinker to take. We'll get 60 minutes there before new signing Dolman comes on for him. Gets to pull, takes a touch, and it's knocked away from him before going to centre, and then down the line and out for another throw, this time Emley's way. Throwing for Emley, that looks for the attack. Number 2 with the ball right now. Throwing's going to go backwards here to the number 8, and he's going to try and get to the centre fence, but if Faber's cut it out, he's going to turn. His ball was a runner, but he went to offside before Faber could get the pass off, and Emley have cut that out in a potential mistake. The Steels have not taken advantage of there. Back in Emley at the left back position with their number 3, going to send it long here, looking for their centre forward, and he gets it over the head of Langton. He's going to break down left with a bit of pace. Good pace here, space. Going to peg it back here, but beyond everyone, and Hogg is going to just not that way to good. Win, who gets it to Lemon, who clears it away. It's with Poole now. Poole, good touch here to Turner. Turner carries it forward. Space opening up for the Steels. McCaskill an option on his left. Finds McCaskill now. McCaskill will look to try and take on his man. Cutting inside. Look, continuing to cut outside. Trying to put a cross down the way, but it's gone over everyone's head. He's going to go bounce out pretty harmlessly for a goal kick there. A pre-season cross if you ever had seen one. 12 minutes gone in this game so far, 0-0. No big chances really as of yet. And with Lambton preparing to take this goal kick. Taking his time now. Lampton with he does send it long, looking for the left hand side where Goodwin is. Goodwin will go up for the header with him, and Goodwin wins the header. But it's going to go back to the left hand side, and they're going to try and get through Emley, but attacker goes in, and it's going to go out for Freud. Goodwin, very talented player for Emley, one of their top performers last season. Scored in the pre-season friendly against Stocksbridge last year, and also scored against Stocksbridge for Worksop Town back in January 2021. 22, I think. I'm sorry, and does seem to always find something special against Stocksbridge as he tries to get down the line, but he's going to be marshalled off the ball there by Jordan Lemon. I think it did come off Lemon last, but he was fouled in the process, and that's going to lead to, well, they're going to get it as a goal kick, but I think the whistle was there to be a free kick if it was necessary. Hampshire will take it. Signing from Sheffield United earlier on today, was released by the Blades this summer. Hampshire did spend a small time on loan with the Seals back in November when Harrison Davison Hale left for Belper. Performed well in those few games. Before Ben Townsend came in and was our keeper for the rest of the season and earned his way onto the bench as Seals earned a free kick there. So much to the shock of some of the Emley players. I think it was a bit 50-50 in all honesty. I think probably just continuing a better option, but something that has I just spotted out the eye. As I said, the cricket field's over there, and there's been a fun day on here. I can just see a little like terrier dog running around, and I am just betting any money that that dog is going to end up on our pitch at some point. Did see that at Stocksbridge once, a dog get on during the match against Sheffield FC. But I think he's more interested in the tennis ball his owner's throwing than what's going off over here. Keep an eye on that one. And someone owes me a drink if it does end up coming on here. Langton will take this free kick, looking to get it to the diagonal over to Goodwin, but Goodwin misses the header. It's been collected by the number 2 and cleared out. It's been deflected back to Turner, who takes a one to Trash the Hog, tries to get it through, but no one really was anticipating that pass, and Emley are able to clear. Back into the Stocksbridge defence now through Mitch Langton. Nicks it forward to Turner. Back onto the right wing now for Jordan Lemon. Lemon takes a touch. Lemon's going to look to find the runner. Ross Goodwin, he does, but the offside flag is up, and that will be stopped in its tracks. I think he's probably right, because if Goodwin's that clear, probably must mean that he was offside, or someone's really not done their job. So back now for Lampton to take this goal kick, well, free kick for the offside. Still a bit of a pre-season pace things as Lampton sends that one right over to the cricket field to throw into the Steels now. As we wait for the ball just to return here. I say normally in the season there is a fence up here for Emley, as I think part of league rules, but in pre-season we do get this very open feeling, which is I actually quite like myself. As Turner passes it back to Lemon, he's going to knock it long, looking for the runner McCaskill. He's offside though as well. A bit of a closer decision. His shot anyway was wide of the goal, but still another offside. 2 offsides in 2 minutes for the Steels there. 16 minutes gone. It's 0-0 here at fantastic Media Welfare Stadium. Lampton having to go back and fetch his own ball. There were a couple of kids back there before, but obviously they've decided to disappear somewhere else for now. As he rolls it out in front of him and takes up, well, it's going to be quite a few yards outside his own box, this free kick. Lampton takes his touch and sends it long, looking to get it as long as he can and head it on, and it's just behind the attacker that head on, and Tinker able to clear that. If you're Faber will chase it, and he's showing his forward pace, and he's going to cause a problem for this centre-back here who's come back to cover, and he has got it to it first, the centre-back. He's trying to get down with Faber, causing him all sorts of problems down by corner flag, and in the end, the defender could only kick it out for a corner kick. It's the first corner of the game for the Steels. So it's going to be Thomas Poole going over to take this corner, the usual corner taker from last season. Stockbridge really developed the set piece as a deadly part of their game last year. It dropped off a bit during that poor bit of run between January and March, but when it was on form, Stockbridge were winning games, so they'll want to get it back on here. low corner and read very easily and cleared very easily by Emley. Not the sort of set piece you'll want to see during the season, that's. Emley back in their own defence now. Then a left back and good passing from Emley in their own defence there as they look to build their way through. Currently just on the left-hand side here for Emley as they're going to go down. It's Gooden here with pace. He's burning Jordan Lemon there for pace. And then he's going to play the ball across, but it didn't really have the pace on it. Langton's able to collect that one, and he's cleared it away. Looking for Poole. It's come off the back of Poole, and he goes back to an Emley defender. Now into their midfield here, and then at right back. The number 2 on the ball, then back into central field before being clipped long. Tinker able to head it away back to Hogg, who is going to try and cover it. And it's a foul there by the referee. I don't think there was much contact there on him. I think Hogg sort of anticipated it there and got the free kick he wanted. But the Steels do have the free kick now because of it. Just seeing some comments here. Saying Ashton saying, "Come on, Stocksbridge," and Finlay Nowak, the brother of Ollie Nowak, I believe, saying, "Up the Stocky." Thomas Poole takes a shot from distance, but while he tried to catch out Lampton there, he was well covering it, and he collects that one without much trouble. Back with the goalkeeper now with 19 minutes gone. 0-0 here. Nothing really to liven the game up as of yet. As we sit here in the main stand here at Emley, which has got new seats in it for the season compared to our last visit. They got these off Huddersfield Town in their stadium, off whatever sponsorship they've got at the moment. Langton's just heading that ball away, it's just in the midfield for Emley right now. As they continue, as they turn out well, and they're going to try and get to the wing, and the attack could be on here because Gooden's got some space, but a trip from Lemon stops up there, and Lemon might even get a talking to here. I think this talking to might be, if that was in a proper game, that would be a yellow card. Naturally, there'd been, I think, some words between Jordan Lemon and one of the Emley players here that the referee wants to talk to him about. Ross Goodwin's also having a little saunter, but he's going to head away from it. Just wonder if someone said something a bit daft there in the referee's ear that they're going to get told off for. You don't typically see bookings in pre-season games in England, at the very least. The only ones I've heard of this summer were those Patterson brothers at Emley and at Hallam and Maltby. Hallam and Maltby, I'm not getting any of this right. Hallam and Parkgate getting sent off for coming to blows with each other. But now Emley will prepare to take this free kick. On the left-hand side, it's going to be hit left-footed. A good time to get the ball into a dangerous area. Looking for the far post here, and they get the header, but it's well wide of the goal. It's going to be a goal kick. Well delivered set piece, but he's also well marked by the Stockbridge defence, and the Emley attacker couldn't really get the run up and space he needed to keep that on target. Hello, Teaser. Any talking points? No. Nope, no talking points as of yet. Well, Jordan Lemon had a shot and it was on target, which is a bit of a shock, but there's nothing really exciting to discuss yet as Hampshire sends this one long, looking for McCaskill. Comes off his back. Poole will collect it. He back heels it to Turner, who gets it to a Faber on the left wing here. A Faber just trying to get away from his marker. He's being pushed around all the way, and he tries to get through 2 defenders, but instead he has to get back to Tinker, then to Poole, whose pass is cut out, and Emley defend that one well. Now they're going to try and break themselves, but the back of Oglesby stopped that one. Oglesby side and tackle, box out, but then Emley will pick it up and continue down the right wing. Tinker stops that. Back with Emley. Comes off a couple of Stocksbridge men before going out for an Emley throw-in. Bruce McCaskill looks a bit shocked that it's not a Stocksbridge throw, maybe because the linesman was a bit delayed with his decision there. Just noticed that even the referees here have headsets. I don't think I've seen that in non-league when they've actually had headsets, a bit like in the Premier League. As number 2 here throws it centrally, but tackled by Poole. McCaskill tries to get onto it, but the number 8 Gary's on anyway. The ball's going to carry it on now. Gets to the left-hand side. Going to be attacked. Good overlap to the left back here. Ball goes in low into the 6-yard area, cleared away by Stocksbridge, but Emley will get it back. Right-footed cross goes in, headed away by Hogg there, and then Goodwin is going to carry that one away, but he can only go out and play himself, and he's going to be, well, it's going to be Stockbridge's throw, but even though Goodwin was the one who dribbled it out, the linesman here is getting a bit of a Well, telling off from the Emley fans here as Tinker clears this one upfield, but Emley intercepts. Emley just improving this one, but well to out by Turner, who's going to carry it forward. He sneaks it through to Thomas Poole. Thomas Poole was looking for an option on the right wing, but a favour wasn't there because he'd gone into centre forward role there. Well, now with Hogg, gives it to Lemon on the right hand side. Then to Langton. Clips it over the top, looking for a Faber. I think a Faber was a bit offside, which is why I didn't give that his full committal. Now into central defence and back to Lampton here. He's going to take a couple of touches before passing it centrally here to the Emley centre-back. Again, Emley just happy to just keep it in the defence. They are a team that will play it back from the back. As they put it now into their midfield, and they look to try and get on the wings, where most of the attacks so far in this game have come from. As Gooden trying to get back to the wing, but this time he's covered up and Langton is able to clear it. Into midfield now for Emley. Covering it well. And then they're just looking to pass it back to left back. Looking to cross the ball to open up some space. Number 7 has to head it to keep it in. And Tinker's going to go back and collect that one. He's going to just actually marshal it out to play. Doesn't take a touch. It's a throw in to the Steels now. I think Emley just slightly edging it at the moment. But to be honest, there isn't really much in this one. No chances as of yet. A few tough tackles, but that's it. Oglesby's going to send it long, and McCaskill may have got the beating of his marker here, but that defender for Emley is bloody quick, and he just shoved McCaskill off the ball completely fairly. He's going to carry over. McCaskill has tackled him back, but then another tackle goes in on him, and he's now with a Fabu. Fabu is looking for his options in the box. He's only got Goodwin there. Gives it back to McCaskill. McCaskill going to put the cross in. It's headed out by Emley for a corner kick. Second corner of the game for the Steels now. This time Poole will get to try the outswinger. We'll see if it's what he tries this time. It is the time to try these different sort of set pieces, though I don't think many of them have really worked yet for Stocksbridge. Only players staying back at the moment: Jack Tinker, Jordan Lemon, and of course Henry Hampshire. Turner hovering around the edge of the box. Everyone else in the box. Here comes the ball and looking for that far post. Missed header from Stockbridge, and then Emley collected it and then cleared it away. And Gooden slipped, or else there could have been a counter-attack on. Back to Oglesby, will try to put the cross in. It's blocked by the knee of the defender. Bounces to stay in on the little ridge that there is on the opposite side of the pitch here before Oglesby puts another tackle in, which puts it out of play for a goal kick. 25 minutes gone in this game. Now it is 0-0 still here between Emley and Stocksbridge Park Steels. This is, I think, as good a time as any to go thank our sponsors anyway, when I got them up here. We'll thank our sponsors in a minute anyway as the ball goes out of play. Yeah, as Lampton just has it at his feet. Sends it to that left-hand side into the central midfield, but Hogg goes in with a tackle, but a push from Hogg is going to give away the free kick on the halfway line. Just to talk about some of our sponsors, we want to thank all our sponsors for the support they are giving us this season. It is much appreciated. We'll shout you out in a second because there's an attack on for Emley. I say that attack, the offside flag's up and stops that in its tracks. So to thank our sponsors: Airflow, UC Build, Presto, Steel FC, DB Sports, Future Fires, Genfab, and Bradford Brewery. I want to thank them all for the support this season. If you want to also support the club through a sponsorship, please go to stocksbridgeps.co.uk. That you'll be able to find our sponsorship page from there. There is a range of options depending on your budget, and you'll be able to support the Steels going into what will hopefully be another fantastic year for us. Ball going long, headed back away though immediately, and Lemon's going to take a touch and try to get through to a Faber, and a Faber is going to be the man onto it. He's been covered there as he has it on the right wing, trying to break into the box. The fancy footwork from a Faber. He's into the box side, tries to pick it back, byline, headed away at the last moment by Emley. Hey, Lewis McCaskill hovering to tap that one in if he was given the chance. Back to McCaskill now, he puts the cross in, but Lampton claims it with Goodwin advancing on in case Lampton had not cut that cleanly. And the goalkeeper has been solid so far. As it's just in the midfield for Emley now, forced to pass it back to their left back. Faber will look to go over and keep him honest, and that makes it go back to the centre back now. Taking his time with it, as he just takes a few steps forward and looks for his options. He's going to give it back to Lampton now, who will take it out of his box, and it's the number 7 calling for it, and it's the number 7 he's going to look for here, and it's the number 7 he finds, and he's going to go down the line here. Number 7, Tinker following him all the way. Hey, Feints and gives it back to number 2. Cross goes in, blocked by Curtis Turner, which looked like it may have gone to a bit of a pressure area, but he ain't flinching like it has, so I'm going to doubt it as. Number 2 has the ball back from this throw and gives it back to the 7. Ball goes in, but blocked by Tinker, still in the box here. Another ball goes for the far post. Good and acrobatically goes for it, completely miskicks it. But in non-league, even an attempt at an overhead kick will get you a big ooh, as it's Langton going to carry it away. As Goodwin's poor pass gave back to Goodwin, but it's now back at left back here for Emley into central defence now as they looking to pass it back in amongst their defence now. So Emley are a patient side and won't rush things, but they are going to look for balls like that for the number 7. But this time it goes short, Tinker's way, but only back to the midfield. But well in from McCaskill. They come together, the two players, but no foul given. Pull, little flick onto Turner. And Turner has a lot of space down this left-hand side. If you're Fabu Poole in the middle, Turner just cuts back there. I think he's not got as confident on his left foot there. Now it's McCaskill in a central position. He's advancing forward. McCaskill's going to take the shot, and it's Lampton who has to palm it slightly to the air before he collects it. Just didn't really have the direction of it on it to really challenge Lampton and make a more impressive save. Back in the Emley defence now. 29 minutes gone in this game. And it's 0-0 so far. Back to central defence at the moment. And as Emley look to build out, they're trying to get it through to their striker there with that pass. Well cut out by Langton, gets it to McCaskill, but to Paul Paff, McCaskill gets it to the 7 though. Tinker gets 1 foot in, still with the number 7 though, who cuts inside now. Back to the 2, who's going to clip it long, looking for the number 9. He's out to the box on the right wing here. And Oglesby causes him problems and knocks out for a throw next to the corner flag. In here, back to the right-hand side. Then to the 7, who takes his time with it. Looking to beat Tinker here, but yeah, instead he's forced to pass it back to the number 8 as Emley pro for their break into the defence. And he's flick it over the top, but it's going to be, to no one in particular, Turner's just going to marshal that one out of play. Turner can't actually because he's cut out and his clearance has gone to the 7 who's cut in. He gets the beat in a hog there. Good ball goes in, but he misses everyone. He's going to go to the left-hand side where the number 3 has stepped up to collect it. He looks for the first time cross. He's going to feint, give it back to the central midfield now to the number 8 here. Bit of pace about the Emley attack here as they look for a spot, but Stocksbridge defence is remaining strong at the moment. Here's going to still looking here with the number 11 here, and they're going to look to try and get through down the left-hand side. The pass is just a bit too over here, and it's out for a goal kick. Some good play from Emley at times there, but it's just the Stocksbridge defence remain really solid there, really tough, and that's why Stocksbridge were the second best defence in the league last year, and that'll be something they'll want to take to first coming into next year. Ian Richards talked about if you have one of the best defences in the league, you'll very much likely be up there by the end. That said, Grantham Town kind of proved that wrong because they were one of the 5 best defences in the league and they only just avoided relegation. Anyway, so Hogg now is going to tuck it forward here to Lemon. Lemon takes a touch and he's going to look for the run of McCaskill, but the offside flag is up. It's a shame because McCaskill's done a really good touchdown. We're about to go one-on-one, but I think probably is right to be a yard or 2 offside there. Emley will take the free kick quickly to their number 2 here now, and he's going to take forward now into central midfield. Emley, as is typical, just happy to be patient, and they're going to look for the ball down the right wing. The number 2 trying to chase onto it. Oglesby's going to cover it. He knocks it off the advancing number 2, and it's out for a goal kick.
Number 2, Steve Smith.
Steve Smith. So we've just been so we've got 3 of the players now at least. We're getting there. We're getting there. We will have a full 11 by the end of the game. So Steve Smith at the number 2 there. He's looked quite good on the overlap so far. It's when we get to the trialist family that show. That's when it'll get tricky. Throwing going down the line here to number 9. Here comes off his chest, appeals for a handball, and the handball is given against Stocksbridge there. So it's a dangerous free kick for the Steels. For Emley, I've seen it's a dangerous one for the Steels to defend. It's on the left-hand side now for Emley. It's about 5, 6, 7, 8 yards from the corner of the box. It's one to cross more than shoot, unless you can catch out the keeper, of course. Seen that happen a few times.
Hardacre,
so Ross Hardacre, I believe was at, if I remember that name right, he was at Ossett United. Ball goes in, comes off the wall, that one. Emley looks to be the first one onto it, but it's Tinker who heads it away. Emley looking to get it first, but knocked away again by Hogg. Gets it to Poole, flicks on to turn. It's a good ball, and he gets through to a Faber, gets a bit of a shirt pull onto it. A Faber look to get onto it, and a Faber clashes the goalkeeper there as he goes through, and it's going to be a free kick to Emley. Do wonder, there was a bit of a shirt pull on a Faber as he came through, which slowed him from getting to his full pace, but I don't think the referee spotted that, but he did spot a Faber leaving his foot a bit in as it went from Lampton, and it's a free kick there, that decision was completely fair. Anyway, on the left-hand side now for Emley. Into the central defence as they are. Again, once again, this patient play, passing back in the defence, trying to see if they can open some space. But when I've noticed this, Stockbridge did this last year, they're happy to sit back when the teams do this, and they've just not won over the top here that John Lem's able to boot out for a throw-in. 33 minutes gone in this game, 0-0 still. No real chances to talk about as of yet. A bit different to last year's game where it was a 2-2 and quite an exciting game. That one, 2 goals past the 90-minute mark in that friendly last year between the two sides. As ball goes in from Emley and it's almost connected with. It's going to go to the right wing now for the home side. The number 4 here got Steve Smith as an overlap. Going to cut it essentially to Heath. Ball going in and it's a good looking ball. Gooden gets the header, but it's not enough behind it. It's going to be a goal kick here. Emley seems to be having the better quality of ball into the box at the moment. As Ian Richards is very unhappy with some of his defenders in there. I can hear him shouting all the way up here. Wants to make sure that the defending is much better for the next time Emley come forward. Not Hampshire will take time now. Big boot long looking for Goodwin, but headed away there. And then Lemon's going to get a header onto it, but going to go back in. Goodwin trying to get onto it, but it's going to head out and it's going to go out for a throw in here on the left hand side. Good. Emley looking good so far, edging this game in my opinion at the moment. Though anything, in all honesty, there's not much between the two sides. Throw goes into the middle and it's a push from Hogg on to the back of the Emley player. Emley player appealing for the free kick, not given. Instead, it's going to be a Stocksbridge throw in there. Lemon will come forward to take that one. Notice a few of the lads over that fun day that happened on the cricket field have come over to keep an eye on Lemon taking that throw and make sure he's not doing a foul one. As Lemon's going to clip it forward, but it's going to be easily cleared by Hardacre and headed on by Emley, but only back to Oglesby, who's going to pass it back to Hampshire. He's going to just do the one-touch pass to Langton, who's in a right-back position at the moment. Carries it forward. Slips pass through to Turner. One-touch pass looking to get it the right wing. Gets it to Goodwin. Tries to get the overlap for Lemon, but blocked there. And then Stockbridge do get it back through Hogg. Tries to switch play. Falls a bit short. Collected by Smith. And Smith will look to turn this into attack. And it's a great pass. As it's the number 9 here. Takes a shot. It's an absolute cut pass from Smith to the number 9 of Emley. It's a good finish past Henry Hampshire. Nothing he really could do about it. And they have Ruben Jerome, a new Emley player there that has got the goal. It was a very tight finish, absolutely unmarked. I mean, Ian Richards will be absolutely tearing his defence apart in the dressing room for that one because the central defenders were too far apart and he's just gone through the middle like Moses through the waves and he's just had all the space in the world to choose whatever finish he liked. Langton just cleared that one upfield and it's left back now and Emley going to knock it long into attack before Turner gets in and Sutton is going to earn a foul here as well. So we are 37 minutes into this game. And it is 1-0 to Emley thanks to a goal from Ruben Jerome. And Stocksbridge, who have had a few slow first halves in pre-season, have kind of been a bit slow in this first half again. And obviously always looks worse if you concede a goal like that. Langton will send it long, looking for Goodwin, who does head it on, but that's going to be too heavy for anyone to get up anywhere near to it. It's going to be a goal kick And a chance for Lambton to get away from his goal now. Just seeing on TV, they say not panicking at 0-0 and immediately putting not panicking at 1-0. I think the stream was slightly delayed for that one. Back in central defence, now back to Lambton in his own goal. Goodwin tries to close down, a bit too far away from that one. Lambton clears away. Langton heads it back into a troublesome area, and it's with Hardacre now as it goes back for the central defender clears it. Langton takes it right back, and it's hit right back, and it's going to go over the top. Hampshire's going to come out, and he's just sliced the ball high up into the air there. The number 7 there fighting for it with Tinker, goes to Gooden, who takes it, good touch, gets it to Jerome now on the right wing here. Jerome will take the one-touch pass here to Gooden here, back to Jerome, then to the number 10, who's going to go into the box. Good pass there, trying to get it over the top, and then a last-ditch clearance from Langton stops that, becoming a gilt-edged chance. And McCaskill's just made the most of a bit of a poor touch there before Smith is able to recover and tackle, but Smith pull now before it gets knocked out, and it's going to be a throw-in on the halfway line. Richard Tracy's appealing for a throw-in, and the referee looks like he's offended by the idea that that should have been a free kick. McCaskill's on left wing now, good position, into the box, stumbles a bit, still has it, back to Afebu, takes the touch, shot from Afebu, he's blocked and cleared. Now with Gooden here on the right wing, he's forced backwards by Afebu. And he's going to go all the way back to his own corner flag and tackled by McCaskill, gets to Afebu, who's going to drive into the box, but a tackle goes in on him, and then it's cleared away. Sliding tackle goes in from Hogg and stops it. Back to Oglesby, and Oglesby takes a good touch to get it away. Gets it through to Hogg here. Hogg tries to find a Faber. Faber is offside. And it's just a bit disappointed that what was looking like a good passing move from the Seals is let down by someone just straying that yard off over the line. Pardon? Aragoda. So, yeah. So here comes the long ball forward from Lambton, sending it long. Oglesby heads it away, but he's back into central field to the number 4. Back to Hardacre. Slips to the number 4, who's on the overlap on that left wing. And he's beaten Jordan Lemon there, and he's going to carry on going down there. Lemon has a little nibble at him, and the nibble gets penalised. It's another dangerous free kick on the left-hand side as we enter the 40th minute here. It's another dangerous free kick for Emley here. The Steels, who have come back from 1-0 down at half-time once this pre-season against Maltby Main. That'll be Emley's first away opponents of the season in the league anyway. And here comes the free kick in, going for that far post, but number 5 heads it back in. It's a good touch away from Langton, who's been strong in central defence other than that mistake. Well, from both defenders here. Back to number 10. Clip ball looking for the farm, but no one's there. Jordan Lemon's going to take that comfortably to feet and then send it long, looking for Poole. And he's going to be heading back to midfield to Turner. Turner going to carry it forward. Turner, great ball forward. Gets it to McCaskill, a bit short. Stop, doesn't get him in the run, but McCaskill carry on forward anyway. Gets the beating of his man, cuts inside, cuts left, still in the box, getting trouble, looking for the shot, but the last-ditch tackle stops it. McCaskill closes down, stops that again. Turner goes in with his tackle, but some good meaty challenges from both sides, and Emley are able to carry away. Gooden has on the right-hand side, and he's got space to move into, but he isn't going to go full pelt. He's going to actually pass it backwards here, and then it's not forward. Tinker intercepts with his head, now Goodwin. And he gives it back to Oglesby now. Takes the touch. Then back to Hampshire here, who gets it forward in front of Langton. Langton will now pass it back here to Hampshire. Team's happy to pass it back in their defences at the moment. As it goes to Langton now here on the right-hand side, and he's going to clip that on long. He's looking for McCaskill, good header away, stops it. Poole just can't get his foot onto that to keep that attack going. It's with Hardacre at left back now. Now into midfield and going to get through looking for Jerome, but it's a good sign chance from Langton that stops him going any further forward. Hello, the footy man. Hello to you too. Glad to have you here. Unfortunately, the Steel's not winning at the moment, not even drawing. They're losing 1-0 to Emley thanks to a really good finish from Ruben Jerome. As we just have an Emley defender here just currently struggling to get back up. And the Emley physio will be back heading on for a second. So our next match will be on Monday night. The games just keep on coming. I'll be away at Shirebrook Town. It's a Step 6 side, though. They have been investing quite heavily into their squad this summer. Liam Hardy, the former Worksop man, has gone over there this season. Got quite a few talented players there. It'll be another difficult challenge as we head down there. Will be hopefully be another enjoyable friendly. And then the home friendlies will kick off. Chesterfield 11 on Wednesday, Sheffield Wednesday 11 on Friday, and then FC United the following Tuesday. Now we're going to play. Looks like the Emley defender there will be able to return to action shortly, which is good news. Just taking a few steps, the Hardacre here, as he does get it to number 7, and back to Hardacre, and then back to the number 7. Faber's going to try and close top and get forward, but he's going to knock over the top. Hardacre's going to try and race onto it first, but Langton's the first man onto it. Clears away to Lemon, one touch pass to Turner, and then his clearance is charged down, and actually the clearance goes all the way back to Hampshire, which he has to be aware of, because I think that would have snuck in if he weren't more aware of it. We are closing in on half time here. As Oakley collects the ball here, just should be just a minute away as Tinker knocks the ball to Ross Goodwin here. Goodwin will then slip it through here to McCaskill. McCaskill looking for the overlap. Poole. It's a great find for Poole. Just gets it caught under his feet there. Thomas Poole looking for the crossing. He's going to pass it back to Tinker now. Tinker will take the pass across to Turner. Turner pass across to Hogg. There's some space for Hogg here, but he's going to try and get the ball to Goodwin, but it's knocked away from him. Go back to Lemon, who's going to clip the ball into the box, but it's a poor one and easily headed away. Now Goodwin's going to take it on his chest, and if it weren't for the siding challenge of Tinker, he would have broke. And I think Tinker is one of the would have got a yellow card for that one. Should it have been in a competitive match? Norcross. So back here in centre for a free kick for Emley, just inside their own half, and they're going to pass it to their own centre back there. We have entered the 45th minute here, so we expect the full-time whistle to go in a minute or so maybe, or even now. Emley have been forced to pass it back all the way back to Lampton now. Ian Richards shouting orders from the sidelines while Lampton takes a few steps forward, and he's going to send it long here, you can see. Because he's taking it as if it's going to be a free kick. That's what the soccer player is giving him the time to do it. So he has sent it long, but Langton heads it away. Hogg will get the second header on, but it's collected in midfield by the number 8 here, and it's spread out here to Irigudin, who has some space as he collects it. He's going to run at Jack Tinker there. Tinker body checks him, and he's going to get penalised for the free kick here. It's another free kick in a dangerous for Stockbridge. And Tinker is going to get a talking to from the referee for that one. I think for this one and then that one. And well, for the one earlier and then this one here. And again, I think that is definitely a telling of you would have got a booking if you had done that. See the footman saying Luca to Braga brace in the second half. Well, Luca de Falco, who will be on in the second half, did score here last year in that 2-2 drawing. What is now becoming our annual pre-season friendly against Emley here at the fantastic Media Welfare Stadium. Smith here.
James Knowles taking
James, yeah. It's Steve Smith here to take the free kick. And he's going to have an option on the right-hand side that I don't think any of the Steels really picked up yet. But they said he's going to put the ball into the box far end, but headed away by Stocksbridge man. It's going to be a corner kick. Emley ending this half in the ascendancy at the moment. As it is Norcross heading over to take that free kick. We are getting there in terms of the players on the pitch. Former Shirebrook player, team we're facing on Monday. Just Cool going to cover the short option. There's a good looking ball here, but it's over everyone's heads and it's going to be collected here by Jerome, who's been forced back here by Goodwin. Back now to Heath. Heath being forced backward by McCaskill. And the half-time whistle will go. So it's 1-0 to Emley. Here at the fantastic Media Welfare Stadium. The defence splitting pass from Steve Smith found Ruben Jerome in acres of space. He was able to finish it past Hampshire. So it's 1-0 down for the Seals at half-time. We will see what happens in the second half. There will be plenty of changes for that, and we'll look forward to seeing you then. Hello and welcome back here to the fantastic Media Welfare Stadium with me, your commentator Adam Allcroft. This commentary sponsored by Jason Rawson Carpet Fittings, and we're here for the second half of a pre-season friendly between Emley AFC and Stocksbridge Park Shields. Emley lead 1-0 thanks to a finish from Ruben Jerome. The teams have changed for the second half, so the Stocksbridge team is as follows. It's Ben Townsend in goal, Bailey Ty Baker, Jack Tinker still. He will be coming off after 60 minutes for Jack Dolman. A trialist, Charlie Oglesby, Mitch Langton, Oliver Novak, Curtis Turner, Luke Rawson, Jack Watson, and Luca DeFalco. Now, we do actually, thanks to one of the fans here near me, has done some fantastic work for me and got me the team for Emley. So the team is as follows. It's Lampton in goal, then it's Steve Smith, Knowles, Pashley, Hardacre, Heath, Paler, Norcross, Gooden, Jerome, and Nathan Curtis. We will update that on our live stream as soon as we can. So Emley have kicked off here. So Emley in the claret and blue shirt, white shorts and claret socks, taking from right to left as they immediately get a chance here. Gooden on the left-hand side, facing with Baker. He's going to look for the get there, but it's actually well cut out. And DeFalco back there defending will clear it off a Emley player before getting out. So yes, so Stocksbridge Steels here in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, and blue socks from left right. Actually, just a thing on the kits is that these kits actually are the exact same ones that Stocksbridge and Emley are wearing. It's the same template, same pattern, just obviously in different colours today. So ball goes through and it's just back there to Norcross and then back into midfield for Hay. Going to put it forward, but instead by turn, it has to be collected here on the right-hand side as they're going to pass it all the way back here to Steve Smith, who's going to leave it here for Knowles, who's going to carry it onto the right wing now and knock it forward, gets it onto the right wing, comes off his feet and then cleared away. Goes all the way to Ross and controls it well. Slips it through to Jack Watson here. Tries to get through and he slips and goes down, but Watson will still keep on the ball. A pass essentially to Langton, who's now in central midfield. His ball forward being blocked, and then back here to Osley, who knocks it long, looking here to get it forward, but the offside flag has gone up on Jack Tinker, and it's going to be a free kick. So we have almost, and we're going to tell you about a really bizarre incident that's happened at the Gateshead and Dunstan friendly. Obviously, Dunstan going to be one of the teams we face next year. Who we formed a very friendly rivalry. It is one of the most bizarre incidents you'll see in non-league football. There's a bit of a I thought that was going to be a corner kick if it coming off Baker, but instead it must have come off Gooden last. So yeah, so this bizarre incident, I don't know, the game at Gateshead and Dunstan, a pre-season friendly, has just been called off for an incident on half-time. I've done a bit of research during the half-time break. It turns out a car and a hearse has got onto the pitch and is doing donuts on it. And I'm genuinely not kidding. That is exactly what is happening. Has happened over at the Dunstan game. That is the game has been called off because of it. It's probably one of the most bizarre things you'll ever see at a non-league game. It's where you really wish you was there to see it, because those people are going. That's a story to tell forever, isn't it? Not just a car's got on your pitch and done donuts, but a hearse. How someone got hold of a hearse to do it is my question. Anyway, it's on the left-hand side. Stocksbridge on the attack. Watson left wing, back to Tinker. Tinker right-footed ball in. Looking for DeFalco. Comes off his back and it's going to be... Then it's cleared away by Gooden. Sends it long looking for Jerome. Going to be covered here. Back. The trialist centre-back, who gives it back to Townsend, who's making his first appearance in a steel shirt. And that pass was a bit loose, showing that why it might just be his first appearance in a steel shirt in pre-season this year. Back here now for Emley as they were looking to slip through to Jerome, but Jerome realised he was offside, and there is the free kick to the Steels. Footman saying, "Come on, Steels, we're over in the second half." We have seen a lot of great second half performances in pre-season so far for Stocksbridge. Ball going long, looking for Rawson, who heads it on really well. Watson peels off well. Watson just being forced to the corner flag. He's keeping all the ball despite a lot of pressure, and a great little turn move, gets some space, cross goes in for everyone, and a few players there just got in the way. I think it was Bailey Baker and Turner just getting in the way of each other there, stopping Baker getting a good chance for a shot on goal. And Emley Tack is cut out there by Tinker, goes to Watson, who tries to turn there again, but he gets caught under his feet, and he's going to find Tinker with the overlap, but the offside flag is up again on him. The game is continuing despite that. DeFalco just putting one just wide of the post after that, but so it's back. Just seeing some of the comments' reaction to the Hersby on the pitch. I don't know. When we see Dunstan, I don't know when we're facing them. I'm going to have to ask their committee what happened, how did it happen. It's. By the way, you know how occasionally a non-league story will go a bit viral, a bit like the Patterson brothers, who faced each other for Hallam and Parkgate, getting sent off having a fight with each other on the pitch, went viral a couple of weeks ago. That's something that you're going to see on the actual proper BBC Sport page tomorrow. I'll guarantee you that. Ball going long here, looking for Jerome. It's actually not too far off, but Townsend's come out to claim it. 15 minutes gone in this game so far. It is 1-0 to Emley. Emley just carrying forward. Well, Oglesby carrying it forward. He's going to send it long. He's looking for Watson here, who the offside flag was up again. Stocksbridge have been caught up on offside 3 times already in like the first 5 minutes of this half. So it's currently in the defence for Emley. Going to be sent long here, looking for Gooden, but cut out by Baker. Goes through to Turner. Just needs to turn. He does, but he's immediately getting pressed there. And then the ball robbed of him really well. And it's Norcross who just slips through Gooden because of a misslide challenge from Baker. And it's going to be the trialist centre-back that stops him getting into the box. Good work from him. And then he gives it back to Norcross, who continues to come down the left-hand side. And then Turner stops him there, and it's going to be a throw-in here. So back here for Hardacre to take. Yep. Talk about weird things on the pitch. I mean, I remember we had the fun fair last week. It was Emily getting the attack, and we'll just stop for that second. Maisie run goes through, shots over the bar. Norcross there again, who's caused some problems since the start of the second half. Back now for Townsend, who'll be able to get this one away. I think the referee not happy with the match ball here. We're going to get a new one. So yeah, there are quite a few games happening this Friday. I think Pontefract are in a game against someone. They're drawing 0-0 at the moment. And again, it's Knaresborough actually 0. Hebburn are also in a game tonight, 0-0. And it's back to Townsend, who's going to send it long here. Comes off Rawson, gets it back to Turner, who's going to clip along, look for Watson, but head away there by Pashley. Turner's going to head it back, and Watson gets it again. Watson goes down, nothing given. He's forced backwards here. Gets through to Turner, then back to Langton, who's going to clip it forward here, but get only back to be intercepted by Smith. Now in midfield for Emley as they look to build. Gets it to Hardacre here on the left-hand side, the former Ossett man, who's closed down by DeFalco. And that ball, as you probably just heard, smashes off the roof of the stand here. Hardacre going to go down, but headed away by the trialist to Turner here, who's just got his way through to DeFalco, slips through to Novak. Novak gets tackled, and that's going to be won there by the number 4 of Emley to Paler, who slips it onto the right-hand side here. Okay, with Nathan Curtis now Look, it beats his man there really well, puts the ball in, it's behind everyone. Gooden will come and collect it on the left wing here. He looks to cut inside, right-footed cross ball goes into the box, headed on into the middle, into the 6-yard area, but Townsend collects it. 53 minutes gone in this game, 1-0 to Emley so far. So we're back with Townsend now. Townsend going to send it long. It comes off the back of Rawson. Watson collects it, one touch pass, trying to find DeFalco, but well read by Hardacre, who's smashing against the new press box that they have here at Emley.
Yeah.
They look a bit alarmed by it in there. Good test of the glass, I think, that. As it's with Baker now for the throw-in. Baker's going to try and throw it into the box, but it's immediately headed out. Langton's going to try and head it back in, though. Turner's fighting for it, headed away from him. With Hay, who gets it now to Gooden, back to Hardacre, who is going to knock it long. And it's Jerome's got the better of the trial. His centre back there. He's going down the left-hand side. Hits it square here to Norcross. Norcross looking space. He tries to pass it horizontal, and eventually Norcross gives away a foul. And after he tries to transfer the ball there, tried to pass it horizontal. It came off Tinker, I think, defending, and then as it bounced in the air, Norcross gave the foul away. We're going to. It's worth going and looking about the Dunstan thing, because apparently there's a very complicated reason, and I've just seen a bit of it, and it's a bit too much and a bit too legally, as in we need to contact a lawyer before I talked about it on here anymore. So Tinker's going to try and knock over the top, but no one in particular is going to trundle out for a throw-in near the corner flag. So, oh. Right, so it's down here on the right-hand side for Emley as they're going to throw it down the line here. Langton's going to head it away before it's cleared back up by Emley. It's the trial centre-back who gets it first. He's going to pass it back to Townsend. Townsend's going to take touch and he's going to send it long. Here, look at DeFalco, heads it on really well. Rawson will do what he can, chase on to it. Hardacre does well to stop that going through. Emley have everything covered in defence so far, being able to deal with anything Stocksbridge as Turner may have cut to the foul there, but it has not been given. DeFalco's pass cut out. Novak gets onto the ball. Novak with some mates. Novak will take the shot. It's blocked. Novak will get back onto it. He's going to try and get down on the left-hand side, and he's going to use his pace and get down there really well. Cuts back. Right-footed ball goes in. Cleared away. Good work by Novak. The cross just being dealt with, though. Back here for Turner, who takes a touch, goes backwards, gives it back to Baker here on the right-hand side. Baker here will slip through to DeFalco, still on the right, looks to break through DeFalco, but well cut out between Hardacre and Gooden, and they clear it away to Jerome, but it's well defended by the trialist centre-back to stop him being able to turn it. Back here now for Hogg, who passes it back now to Townsend, and it's a bit of a slice ball, almost caught onto by Norcross, but instead it's going to go now to Baker on the right-hand side. Baker's going to push forward, avoids a tackle from Gooden. Baker will get the pass forward to Rawson. One touch pass to Turn on the right-hand side. Great sliding challenge from Gooden. They turn to the applause of the crowd here. And it's a throw in here for the Steels. 57 minutes gone. 1-0 to Emley so far. Baker gets it through, and then it's the foot in from Paler there. So it's another throw in right next to the corner flag.
Number 4, Clegg.
Is it Clegg?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Clegg, sorry, before, so I'll correct that one. Ball goes in here, corner kick, it goes through absolutely everyone here, and the first man on, so it's going to be Jerome. He's getting his shirt pulled there by Oglesby, but nothing's going to be given, and eventually pass it back, and it's cleared upfield. Head away by Tinker, and he's going to go through now to Watson. Back to Tinker, who gets to Watson again. Slips through Rawson, and Rawson thought he might have been offside, but he's well onside. Rawson's going to run into the box here. Rawson takes a shot. Oh, it's off the post. Back to Turner. First touch shot is going to be well wide, but best chance for the Steels there. Rawson, fantastic run into the box. It's a beautiful curling effort from the former Chesterfield striker. Wraps off the post and then cleared. Well, Turner was then tried to hit it first time, but he can't get the direction on it. It's a goal kick, but the Steel's best move, and Rawson there, really good work from him, who's been fantastic from a pre-season. So 3 goals already, and very close to getting a 4th. Back to Lampton now. DeFalco will close down, and Lampton is able to get it away, but only goes through now to Tinker, who will probably be heading off in the next few moments. Watson here, first touch back looking for Rawson. Tucker goes in and stops him there, marking Rawson a bit closer now after letting him loose with that one. Goes now into Jerome, who's looking for the overlap from Curtis, but Tinker covers, and Tinker's going to sort of slide challenge, pass it away. Back to Townsend now. Townsend sending it long. Hardacre will unchallenged volley that away, but Turner and now Langton fighting for it. Instead, it's going to be Turner who just about gets a touch away from it, but Turner gives away a foul. As he does, it's Norcross look like he might have been able to get away with it, and it's going to be a kick to Emley about 10 yards into the half. So just got some comments to tell you about Finley Novak in the comments. Go thoughts on Ollie Novak this game. I think, well, I've got some people here who could tell you all about him if you'd like.
Clean his bed.
Apparently, he doesn't clean his bedroom. The footy man saying it'll be good if Ollie Novak scores. A lot of talk about Ollie Novak. It would be. He's got 2 assists in the last game. And Rich McKnight saying, "Come on, Jackie boy, give us a goal." Oh, that's named at your nephew, isn't it, Jack Watson? As Hardacre here on the left-hand side for Emley. Now back to Gooden. Now for the midfield, Norcross here. He's going to go find Curtis on the right-hand side. He's got some space. He gets it down well. Curtis, he's just been forced backwards here. So he gives it back to Steve Smith. And then into midfield now. Curtis looking to break through. Comes through a couple of challenges there. Going to try and get through all the way. Looking for Jerome on the right-hand side, who knocks his cross off. Oh, Oglesby there, and it's going to be a corner kick to the home side. Going to be another good opportunity here. 60 minutes gone so far. 1-0 to Emley. Goal from the man who just earned that corner, Ruben Jure. And another opportunity for Emley to go make it 2-0 if they can get the delivery right on this. So here comes left-footed corner, looking for the far post here, and it's beyond everyone. It almost kicked in at the edge of the box there as well, but it's going to go out for a goal kick. Good idea, looked good for a while, but just no one able to connect on the end of it for Emley there. So look, there is Jack Dolman, the new signing from Chesterfield. Back to come on, he's going to also play for Chesterfield under 23s at the same time, and he's going to be on for Jet Tinker, as we were told before the game. Dolman, I think, has impressed a lot of people since coming on trial at the start of the season. A lot of pace down that left-hand side, been really good on the overlap in particular, very young as well. More young talent joining the Steels. Now with Langton, who's going to go through here to Novak, just gets tackled in on him though straight away, and it's going to go back into midfield, and Emley will get it to Hardacre on the left-hand side here. Takes a touch blocked by DeFalco. DeFalco tries to race onto it, but it's been well covered by Hay there, who then gets it back to Hardacre. Pass goes through though, it's no one in particular, and it's going to be collected by the trialist centre-back, who is going to send it long, looking for Rawson, but it's going over time. Watson's peeled off really well here. Rawson finds Rawson with the finish, and it's 1-1, and that is superb football from the Steels. It's the long ball from the trialist centre-back that finds Watson, who peels onto the right wing. A ball across a square ball to Rawson, one touch finds him, and with his left foot, Rawson scores the 4th goal of his pre-season. It's absolutely brilliant football from the Steels, some of the best football they've played all pre-season, that. And I think even the announcer heard me say that, so that's why we've actually got an answer there. So it's 1-1 now here. Luke Rawson having scored a really good finish from him. And you have to say, Russell, he missed pre-season last year. He got injured in a charity game days before the start of training. Didn't play a single friendly last year. Only made his debut in the FA Cup against Golkar, and he's got getting a pre-season under his belt, and he has looked absolutely brilliant all pre-season. I know there's been some questions about him, and a few people having a few doubts, but this pre-season he's looked incredibly good, and if he continues that form into the season, we have another potentially brilliant striker on our hands. Gooden's collected it, appeals for handball from Townsend. I can hear his voice anywhere as he finds the overlap to Hardacre. Hardacre goes down there, and he's going to know the free kick given, and Turner will knock that one away, but it's been intercepted there by Clegg. Clegg here looking for a pass here, but none is on, so they get it into the centre, and it's going to go into midfield again here as they get Curtis tries to get onto the right hand side, comes off the knees of Smith, who had gone on the overlap, and it's a throw in here. It's just with Novak now, who's going to look for the runner Rawson, and if Rawson gets the beat of his man, he just muscles him off, and it's great work from Rawson. The tackle goes in, goes back to Dolman, who's going to charge forward here. Dolman cross blocked and out for a throw in, and the Steel's looking so much better in this second half. So just as a new goal in another game, as we are going to try and keep you updated. Pontefract Collieries have gone a 1-0 up on Knaresborough FC. Dolman on the left side throws it in to Watson. Watson takes a shot, but it's a few yards wide of the near post. Not really threatening that time. Lampton will come over to take the goal kick. So we are 65 minutes into this game. It is 1-1 as Watson cuts out, and that free kick slips through to Rawson. Well muscled away from Rawson then. He was trying to break free, but Rawson now just too busy complaining to the referee because he was just covered off there, and it was cleared away by the home side. Gets it through now to Curtis on the right wing. Passes it back to Smith. Ball goes forward. It's a good ball here. Norcross is charging to get it, but Townsend's come well out to his goal onto sort of left back role to get forward and headed on by Turner, but only back into central defence where Pashley is. Gets it to Smith now on the right hand side, who knocks it forward, and then to Norcross here, back into midfield to Clegg, and Novak is going to try and close him, but Clegg is able to get past him. He's going to continue to go down this right hand side, gives it to Curtis now, and Dolman is covering, and Norcross now gets it into central midfield. It's looking to potentially get a solid. He's going to slip through his man here, but the offside flag is up. The shot was wide just to the near post, but a good move from Emley, just let down by the fact there was a bit off, well, I don't know if even a yard offside there. I have noticed, just to say one more thing, Dunstan are now the second highest trending thing on Twitter. I think I told you that's going to capture the imagination, that story. And there's a lot about it as well, which we can't go into here. So Townsend here will send it long, headed away into midfield. Emley will get it back. Goes on to Hardacre, who heads it away from DeFalco. Turner's trying to get him, but Hardacre gets the next touch, gets it to Gooden, who tries to get under his feet, goes through him, but he's going to get it now, and Turner's going to harass him away till Baker's able to tackle him. Baker tries to get it forward, but it's going to go out of play here for a throw-in. And it looks like we're going to see a substitute here. Looks like Emley are the ones who are going to make it. It's Gooden and I believe that was Jerome coming off. So the goal scorer, Ruben Jerome, coming off. We will 16 and 15 coming on. Donnell Lawrence. Lawrence and Paul Walker coming on.
Ruben Jerome, 16 Paul Ted, Paul Walker, 15 Donnell Lawrence.
So Lawrence and Walker on. Paul Walker, very talented player, did very well from the Senior Cup run last year. As it's just back in the Emley defence now. And then back as it goes long here and headed on and trying to find Lawrence there, but it's going to go beyond him and then go all the way back now to Townsend. Now back here to the trialist centre-back. Clip long. Baker's going to try and see if he can get on the end of that bit too long for him. Lambton boots it out as it was outside of his box. Going to go on towards the right wing here. Norcross gets it, moves it into centre. Novak is chasing him. Novak caught him up to a bit. The pass now on to left wing for Walker. He's going to cut inside. Back now to Hardacre. Hardacre clipping a ball, looking to get in the box, but the trial centre back heads it away. Chest down by Novak, who touches it on for Rawson, who tries to touch it back into midfield, but it's too short. And that's going to allow Clegg to get onto it. And Clegg's going to roll it back to the left-hand side to Walker. Walker looking to cut in. Good sliding challenge there from Baker. Baker gets it away, and then DeFalco will collect it before getting out to Baker for long. Watson's going to try and keep his defender honest here. It's headed away from him. Watson goes down under it, though. Through to Lawrence. Good touch there. Back here to Clegg. Clegg gets it down to Norcross. Norcross, he gets a little nudge in the back from Turner, but despite that, goes to Smith on the right wing. Ball's going in, and it's going to go quick. It's tapped into the far post by Lawrence. Fantastic ball. Begging to be tapped in. Lawrence stretching all the way, but it just can't reach long enough to get to it. It remains 1-1 here. That was a fantastic ball. All it needed was the slightest of touches. But Lawrence, who's just come onto the pitch, just not able to stretch long enough. Just wishing he had that extra inch then. But Steels get a let-off on that occasion. We're 69 minutes gone in this game. It's 1-1. Both sides still looking for a win here to continue positive pre-seasons for both. Both teams looking at the top ends of their respective tables. And here we go before Baker misses that header. It's going to go out for a throw-in. Poor kick there from Townsend. Still getting back used to playing as Emley's ball forward just gets headed back into central defence for the trial slip. Centre-back is going to just leave that for Townsend. Rolls it out now here for Oglesby, who takes a couple touches and will then slip it through to Watson, who then gives it back to Dolman, tries to do one-touch pass, and it can be DeFalco who tries to get on the end of that, but again, Emley cover, and DeFalco, because he's continuing to press, was actually in an offside position. A free kick will be given to the home side here. Yes, the goal scorer for Stocksbridge was Luke Rawson, his 4th goal of pre-season. Lambton is sending it long here. He's going to head away by Baker and then back to Norcross. Norcross going to take a touch and try and slip it through, but he only gets to Lawrence, who gets it now back to Walker on the left-hand side. He's going to try and get towards the byline. He's forced backwards, does a really good pass there to find his man, and now it's currently with the number 8, Hay, who's going to put it sideways here. To Norcross, opens up, going to take the shot. Well blocked there. It's going to go back into central midfield. Gets it to right back now to Smith. Going to find the overlap, looking for the overlap of Curtis. He takes a good first touch. Here he keeps it in play, which is impressive of him. And Emley continuing to have a lot of the ball around the box at the moment, as it's with Norcross now. Going to slip through, looking for Lawrence. He gets it for everyone, but Baker gets to it first and then clears it. DeFalco's going to send it long, looking for Watson, and Watson has got it here. Just looking to see if he can find Rawson. If he let the pass for Rawson, they might have found him clear again, but instead eventually they do get the tackle on him, and it doesn't work, and Watson does look a bit frustrated with himself there. So he puts him on saying, come on, Luca, get a goal. Luca's not really seen much of the ball in this second half at the moment. A great mistake from Baker. Has just given it to Walker on the left-hand side. He's going to advance and slips through Lawrence. Lawrence tries to take a shot, but it's blocked by Osby. It's going to go out for a corner kick. So 72 minutes gone as Emley prepared to take this corner kick. So here comes the corner. It's going to be taken short, this corner. Control well, going to slip it back here to digital box. Shot goes in, hits the post. Going to. Really good play. The space opened up for him, and then he smashes it, and it just hits the outside of the near post. So back here going to be a goal kick for Townsend to take. Stocksbridge just not away to shot. So we've just seen actually a couple of changes here that we didn't anticipate. Thomas Poole is coming on for Mitch Langton. I'd expect Poole to take the same central midfield position that Langton was in earlier. So, as it's a poor pass, he's letting Emley in. It's been a bit rusty at times from the Steels in this second half. They've had a few loose passes, which is allowing Emley to pile some pressure onto them. As it's going the right-hand side here, two Stockmen around him, and I can't identify here as it goes out. Ball goes in, poor ball is cleared by Poole, but immediately collected back by Emley. Looking for Curtis again, but cleared out and then goes to Novak, who clears it away. I think it comes off an Emley mark. It doesn't actually. It's going to be a Emley throw-in. So here on the right-hand side now, and Langton heading off towards the changing rooms now. Throw goes into the box, but it's going to be headed away by Dolman before Novak clears that away. Going to go up to Ross and misses the header, but it's going to go head by Emley again on left side. And Emley are just piling on all the pressure at the end of this first half. But they have forced it all the way back to Hardacre now. Now to Norcross, who just loves to pick up the ball anywhere in midfield. You can't take your eyes off him because he just seems to be all the time. They tried to get it towards the right wing there with that ball, but he's poor and he goes out for a Stocksbridge throwing in. Stocksbridge will just want to relieve some of this pressure for a while. Dolman waiting over there to get the ball back so he can take this throw in. So the ball is going to go be clipped down long by Emley after they got the ball back after that throw in, but Smith just knocks it out of play. Going to be a throw in here on that left hand side. 75 minutes gone in this game. Just 15 to go until the end of Stockbridge's penultimate away friendly this pre-season. Dolman throws it down the line, but headed back away. Back to Dolman, who's going to knock it forward. Watson's going to challenge for this one. Head away from him. Going to Ralston chest it down, but he is adjudged to have handled it. It's going to be a free kick to Emley there. So the one chance Stockbridge seems to have a building attack has been stopped by the hand of Rawson there. Back for a free kick for Emley. Lambton has come over to take this one. And he's going to flip it long, looking here for the left wing, but Baker heads it away. DeFalco collects it. DeFalco's doing well, and he's getting nibbled at, and Hardacre does eventually rob the ball away from him, but it only goes through to Rawson now. Rawson's going to knock it loose at DeFalco chase, but it's too far for him to do, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. DeFalco looking a bit frustrated there at that one. And it looks like there is going to be a substitute here for it's for Emley here. So it's Ricky Paler coming on now, who he had actually thought was on the pitch, but so Ricky Paler coming on.
Replacing Joe Clegg is Ricky Paler.
So that's Clegg going off. The man who had been Mr. Key for Ricky Paler going off. And the man himself now on the pitch. So it's back now with Lantern to his feet. He's just going to lay out to his centre back here as Knowles takes it. Pashley takes forward now and gives it to Paler, who's going to immediately look for the long pass, but head away by Dolman. But Curtis gets onto that header and he's going to take this forward. He's going to look for Lawrence. One touch back, gets it back to the right wing, but the offside flag is up. So back for Townsend now to get a chance to get the ball forward and kick a free kick himself. No. Back for Townsend, who's going to send it long. DeFalco will look to get it, but it's harder. DeFalco's going to get onto this header, but he's just not quick enough there, really. And that is going to be Hay who gets it away, gets it to the right-hand side, and he's going to knock it long. Lawrence is going to try and get onto it, but the offside flag up against him. I think I've seen more offsides in this game than I've seen in the entirety of the rest of pre-season. I think both sides are trying to beat the trap, but not doing particularly well at it. Currently back with Oglesby, who's going to send it long, looking for Watson, and Watson gets it down well. It just comes off his leg, I think, there after a tackle. But I say that, it must come off only like that. It's a throw near the corner flag for the Steels. The Steels finally have it close to the Emley goal. So back here for Dolman to take. No, Dolman just going to throw the ball right, and there's going to bounce once. DeFalco's looking to turn on it, but it's a last-minute challenger from Hardacre that gets it away and stops Falco from poaching it inside the 6-yard area. Falco, who scored at this ground last year. It goes now back to Townsend. Now to the trialist centre-back. Takes it a few steps forward. Going to send it long, looking for Rawson. And Rawson's going to try and get it to the right side. Might just go out play for. It's been marked out right well by the defender, but he's took a touch on it now, which is a bit of a problem, but he has been able to get away with it. Charged down by DeFalco, who's able to get it, but it's still in. Slid away. Goes to turn now, gets forward. Now Poole collects it. Poole's going to look to get down the right side to DeFalco's got some space. DeFalco right-footed ball in, looking for the fine, but it's a poor cross, and it's just going to go onto the top of the net and out of play. So we are in the 80th minute now. Just 10 minutes to go in this game. It's 1-1, all to play for. Stocksbridge looking a bit better in the last few moments after being a bit slow to it over the last for a while, mostly since the Rawson goal, in all honesty. And it's here on the right-hand side now for Emley, and then into midfield with Paler. Gives it all the way back now back to Ashley. Takes touch, now gives it to Hay. Again, Emley quite patient again, like we saw in the first half. But Stocksbridge, I think Stocksbridge are very happy to let teams have the ball like this. As it's a bit of a short pass, almost got caught out by Turner, but Paler is able to get to it. Now back here, and then back here to Paler. Short pass here, now gives it to Walker, who's dropped in deep, and he's going to now carry it forward. Looking for the overlap, but blocked up and out for a throw into Emley. So it's back here with Hardacre, throws it down here, looking for Lawrence, controlling, bouncing up in his feet, but he gets in, he's going to try and go down the left line. Gets a bit of a shoulder barge there from the trial centre back, and it's a free kick to Emley. So with Hardacre now. Hardacre is going to put the ball in, looking at it, and it's headed away, but still in the dangerous area on the right wing, and it's Curtis that's got it for Emley. He's being forced backwards now, going to try and put the ball in on the edge of the area for Emley. Pass, it's got some space here. Shot well blocked, still there and headed away by Poole, not very well headed away, still causing problems, bouncing in the box, and eventually it's Novak that boots that one away. Watson's going to try and get on the end of it, cause a problem with it. And he will do. And he's going to go clear on goal. It's Watson. Bearing on goal. He's got the defender on him, takes a shot, but drills it wide with Luca DeFalco offering an option to the left. He did everything right, Jack Watson, there. He out-fought and out-muscled a man about 6 inches taller than him. Went clear. You thought that was going to be it. He did have an Emley defender coming in to cover him, but in the end, Watson's finish was rather poor, and he wasn't able to make the most of it. A real shame there. Currently with Emley here, who's going to try and carry it forward. Gets it forward to Lawrence, who it's a good pass, gets it to Walk, but good sliding challenge from Baker, who is a man that quite a few of the Emley fans will be familiar with after spending the start of last season on dual registration with the Pewits. He made his debut for Emley on dual registration, while making his debut for Stocksbridge, actually. It took him a while to get into the Steel's first team. Big crossfield ball here, gone near to Walker. It's a really good touch here. looking to beat Baker, cuts inside, looking for the overlap of Hardacre, but DeFalco's covering really well, and actually it's got bounced a bit awkwardly, and DeFalco has to clear it, stop it going out corner. Goes to Hay now. Hay's going to find Smith here, advancing forward. Smith's going to burst forward pace, looks for Curtis on the right-hand side, but that pass is a bit too much, and despite Curtis's best efforts to try and keep it is going to go out of play for a goal kick. So we are in the 83rd minute now, 1-1 still. So as we can see towards the right, it's starting to get a bit dark here, and the Emley Moor transmitter is lighting up with its red dots that are familiar sight to all that live in the village. As the ball goes out here to Rawson, who controls it, trying to keep it in, gets to Dolman, who clips it forward to Watson, controls well, but it's forced backwards. A bit of a high foot from Watson there, and there's going to be quite a few players coming together there. And there's a bit of pushing and shoving between the players there. The Emley man is still down. It was not a good tackle from Jack Watson. Physio is going to come on here. Watson there, having lost the ball, trying desperately to get back to it. No malice, but it was a high foot, and it was a foot off the ground, so quite a poor challenge from him as a striker's challenge. And I am interested to see how the referee deals with it, because it could have been, would have been a shade of red, I think, if in a main game. And that's what the fans are calling for. He's been written in the book, Watson. Here. And it is going to be a yellow card in pre-season, a very rare thing. But I think absolutely well deserved for that challenge. It was not a good one at all. And it's going to go back for Lambton for a free kick. Did cause some tempers to flare up, and Lambton's going to take this quickly, going to get crossfield looking for Walker. Walker going to take the touch, and he's going to try and look for the cross, and he's going to have to pass it back here to Norcross. Norcross looks for the shot, curls wide of the near post. So that reminds me of that Watson challenge, because I remember 2 years ago when we had the friendly here at Emley, Chris Hilton came off very, very upset because of a challenge that went on, and Joe Lums that injured him and kept him out of the start of the season. As it turned out, Hilton would never manage Lumsden again, because Hilton would resign after the FA Cup match against Answorth. Sometimes in pre-season friendlies you do still get these quite bad challenges going, and sometimes you see them more often because, well, the timing's not there yet because they've not played football in a while. Ball going long. Rawson heads on. DeFalco will look to head on, but he can only head it backwards back to Rawson, who heads it forward again. Watson will look to control. Watson goes down, and then DeFalco deflects the clearance. And it's good thing to watch that, because it was looping down, but it looped wide of the goal. Would have been a fluke goal from DeFalco, but he'd have claimed it. Pennison Church winning 3-0 against Worsborough in another pre-season friendly happening tonight. Sent long here by Lambton, headed on by Lawrence, going to go down to the right wing area that Oglesby is covering, and Oglesby is going to clear it away to Dolman. Dolman has to pass it back to Oglesby, who then sends it long. And it's going to be well caught by Rawson, and he gets it back from Watson. Rawson's going to charge down the left-hand side and takes a touch, gets it to Watson centrally. Watson is going to get tackled from behind him, but it bounces quite well for Dolman to get it on the left-hand side. Dolman's going to take forward. He cuts inside, finds Watson. Watson cuts inside. He's looking to see if he can get either a shot or a cross. A little good turn from Watson. That one doesn't get the turn off, takes a shot, it's deflected and headed away. Now with Turner. Turner controls his header. Yeah. Going to try and get it on the right-hand side for Bailey Baker. Good touch from Baker. Cuts side. DeFalco's trying to get the touch. He's taken down, but no free kick or penalty. It was very close to either way given. And now Emley will look to get a counter-attack. There is an Emley player, Norcross, down here. While Emley trying to find space for the attack. They're going to switch. Well, they're trying to switch play to Watson. Watson takes the touch, and Watson is going to take a shot. Well blocked. Watson's going to be able to get a second by the chair. He's going to burst down the left-hand side here. He tries to lay off, but no one's there for his little layoff. And Emley are able to get it away. 87 minutes gone here. As Baker cuts out that ball forward. Poole will take it after that. Gets it to Turner. Turner will carry it forward. Gives it to Watson on the left. Watson back to Turner. Turner takes a good touch, and he's going to try and get through back to Dolman, who's come forward here. He's only forced backwards here. Gives it to Poole. Poole here will slide it right to Baker. Baker is going to beat his man there. Walker coming in attacker. Baker looks it through to Falco, but it's cut out well by Pashley, and Pashley will clear it away. The try goes back to the trialist centre back here. Takes a good touch. Lays a shot off onto Poole, and Poole will then give it back now to Oglesby. Now back with a trialist centre back. As they're happy to just pass around the defence at the moment, Stocksbridge. But Ian Richards is shouting for him to get forward. Looking for Watson. Appeals to the offside flag. And the linesman gives it after the Emley player calls for it. I was a bit surprised that one. I thought personally he was onside, but it's a linesman's pre-season too. Emley on the ball. Lawrence here. Falls back into his own half. Gives it back into central defence. And now in the middle, Hay looks to get it cross field, and it's a good touch on by Hardacre, but it's going to be covered by the try centre back. He's going to be forced to the right and then boot it away. Looking to try and find Rawson, but not going to near him in the end as it goes back to Pashley. Takes a shot back here into midfield, and then back to the centre back it goes, and then to Knowles, the other centre back. And he's going to now send it long, looking for Hardacre, who one touch pass gets it to Lawrence. Lawrence slips a bit as he gets to him. That lets him down there. The trial centre gets passing back to Townsend, and Townsend has to slice his ball away with an advancing Hardacre. DeFalco's come back, needs to collect it, pass it back to Baker, clears it field for Rawson. Rawson's looking to turn, pass back to DeFalco's going to clip it long, looking for Novak. And a note left footed touch by Novak, gives it to Watson. Watson's going to lay off Novak, but I think he's just mistimed his run then, the youngster. And then the full-time whistle goes. It's 1-1 between Emley and Stocksbridge Park Steels. Stocksbridge remain unbeaten in pre-season after Luke Ross of Equalised fan following a great move from the club. And now they will be, obviously, unfortunately, no longer perfect, but it's still not a loss. It's a 1-1 draw against a very good Emley side, who we thank for their hospitality today. Thank you very much for everyone listening. I've been Adam Allcroft, your commentator today. The commentary is being sponsored by Jason Rawson, carpet fitter and supplier. And we will look forward to seeing you on Monday night against Shirebrook Town. Thank you very much for listening once again. Thank you.